Nuno, my name's Adam Carruthers. I'm speaking to you all the way in Malaysia. How are you today?
I'm okay, thank you.
Perfect. Yeah, fantastic result a couple of nights ago. Was that the standout result for you so far this season?
No, we never try to isolate one game from all the competition. We try to analyze things as a whole. Very demanding season, very demanding opponents that we have week after week. And it was a good game against a very good team. This is how we look at things.
In terms of the bigger picture for Wolves, it's your third season in the Premier League. I looked up your results. In your first season, after 13 games, you had 16 points. Second season, you had 19 points. This season, you have 20 points. So, statistically speaking, you are getting better year on year. Is that how you view how everything has gone?
The numbers are there, but it's not the same. We don't look. I think this season is a big challenge for us as a group. New things. It's a new cycle. If that reflects on improvement, fantastic. But the real improvement is how we are able to, and how we are trying to build a new team, a new squad. So this is a huge challenge for us, huge challenge. And the last thing that we look at is the classification. We don't look at that. We look how can we improve on a weekly basis.
How do you keep your team so motivated and also so fit? A lot of critics have said that Leeds United might have the fittest squad in the division, but I looked at your team last year. Your season lasted 383 days. It began, 25th of July, the qualifiers for the Europa League. Yet right up to the final day, you were competing for a spot in Europe. I find that astounding, the fitness levels of your side.
The credit is for the players. We work with a small squad, very small squad, and we believe that having all the players committed and engaged in the competition, it's better for us. And the credit is for the players, the way they prevent, the way they work, the way they recover. And we have an idea, the way we train is the way we compete. So if you always compete on and you train on high standards, then we deal better with the competition. But you never know what can happen regarding injuries. So many things can happen. So the best way is to prevent. How you prevent? Working very hard, and respecting your body, knowing that your body needs time, your body needs the proper treatments, your body needs the proper nutrition. All the aspects, all the small details is helpful.
I'm sure it helps having a professional squad that will adhere to all the rules in place in sports science. But how much time, because of the frequency of games, do you have to work on tactics versus working on fitness, working on recovery, and ensuring that your players are not getting injured? It must be a fine balance.
Yeah, it's small details, and trying to use different things to prepare the game. When you have a couple of days during games, you cannot make the mistake to go on the pitch and train hard. It's about letting the player recover, using image in the meetings, giving details and info to the players for the next game. So it's about managing all these aspects that allows you to play to start the game fit. What happens during, you cannot control. But as long as you prepare yourself to compete in a proper way, I think it's better. Trying to avoid situations that can cause you problems, overload, a lot of things that will take time for me to explain to you all the work that. But credit to the players and credit to the medical department, because the way they treat the players is amazing. The dedication, the persons that spend 20 hours in the club. So a huge respect for them.
I want to talk about some individuals, starting with you. Did you always want to be a manager? Is this something you would think about whilst you were playing, that this was the long-term vision for yourself?
No. I was a player. I only focus on that. I don't make too many plans. I live day by day and try to deal as things come. There was a moment that I felt that I was not good enough to keep on playing. So I love the game. What is the best way to be involved in the game? Being a coach, because football is my life.
Yeah. Understood. What is it like to coach certain players like Adama Traore? Is he one of the most unique individuals that you've come across because of his raw pace and his strength on the ball, and how you've been able to develop the rest of his skill set as well?
I agree with you. Adama is unique. There's no player in the world like Adama. He's unique. His abilities, his capacity, his talent. How is it? It's a challenge. It's a challenge. Not only with Adama, with all the players, all the young players that we have, it's always a challenge. Putting the player in the middle and see how many things can I give to make this player better. It's always the same approach with all the players. And Adama, I think, has improved, but has still a lot room for improvement. A lot.
About getting that potential out of him. What about one of your former players, Diogo Jota? Have you been surprised by how well and how quickly he's taken to life at Liverpool?
No, not surprised at all. The quality and the talent and the dedication that Diogo has, it's amazing. So I'm pleased that Diogo is having an impact on Liverpool. I think he's in the right place at the right moment of his career. So we wish him all the best, and at the same time we thank him for all the good things that he made for Wolves.
What about COADY? He's turned into one of the most dependable centre-backs in the Premier League. How big of a character is he in the dressing room? How much of a leader is he behind the scenes? And at the same time, a calming presence for your defence?
Very important, very important. Since day one, CONOR is being a true captain. He leads by example. The way he trains, the way he prepares, the way he competes. And of course, he's the voice of the team. And he's a big help for all the teammates in the ground. The way he always trying to, for the young players, give his message. He's the voice of the team, so very, very important for us.
And Fábio Silva, such a special talent. Wolves, your side, spent a lot of money to get his signature. What attracted you to him in the first place? What do you like about him the most?
Very talented. He's very talented, and he has inside what you mean by talent, a unique vision of how to achieve goals. So if he's already has this when he's 18, it only can become better. So achieving a goal in football is the most hardest thing there are. And if you have players, even if they are young, that already can feel where the ball is going to be, that's a big advantage. And Fábio has that.
He's part of that Portugal side. I mean, Martino is a veteran. Daniel PODENCE just started appearing for the national team. Rui Patricio, Semedo, Neves, Fábio Silva, like I mentioned, João Felix, Ronaldo, Jota, Bruno Fernandes, Bernardo Silva. Do you think Portugal are one of the favourites to win the title next year? Again, retain it, the Euros?
I think Portugal is a fantastic. What I see is that this mix of generations inside the national team squad is what makes Portugal a very, very good team of football. When things come together at the same time, it's very good. It's very good having young talents coming, having the experience of the best player in the world. When this comes together, it's good, and Portugal has it.
Okay. I was also looking quite closely at Daniel Podence and seeing how he's playing for you, because in the absence of Raul Jimenez, I wanted to analyze if any of your players are stepping up to the challenge of trying to fill in for him, because he's a great striker. Do you think someone, Daniel Podence, has been able to accept that challenge from you, from the squad, to be the man amongst other players as well?
This is not an isolated situation. I think the not presence of Raul has to engage all the squad. And I think we are trying to find solutions. We are trying to find solutions. Daniel is being amazing, but he's totally different from Raul. Fábio is different. Pedro Neto is different. Adama is different. So it's up to us to find the right solution. But we are happy with all the players that. And the only thing that we know, as a group, we have to be one. We have to work as a unit to achieve what we want. Success.
There's one thing I've learned today, is that you value teamwork and unity more than an individual, more than anything else. But can I ask also about someone who's part of your under-23 squad? I know that you're very hands-on with the first team, not so much with the developmental squads within Wolves, but he was part of your pre-season squad for the Premier League Asia Trophy. His name is Hong Wan. He's got Malaysian heritage, so Malaysians have a lot of interest in him. What are some of his best qualities, and how close is he to playing for the first team?
I think he was with us in the Asia Trophy. He was involved, I think, in 2 games. I think even in the final against City, he came on from the bench and he did really well. And you are wrong. I'm really involved with the development of young players, because our philosophy, we work with a very small squad, and during training sessions, we always have the presence of the boys. Always have the presence of the boys. Of course, the under-23 technical staff is what deals with the boys, and there's permanent dialogue, and we have a philosophy of achievement. If you do well in the under-18s, under-23s, you are closer to the first team, and this is how we work. All the young players for us are excellent backups in training sessions. When it comes to the competition, when we don't have all the players involved, we always rely on the young players. So the young players are always very close to play on the first team, always very close.
Hopefully Malaysians will see it sooner rather than later.